Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, bike rider dead, pillion passenger injured after St. Anne crash. One man is dead and another is undergoing treatment following a motor vehicle collision on the Discovery Bay Main Road in St. Anne on Sunday. Dead is Orion Kellyman, a security guard of Brownstone in the parish. Reports are that about 7:45 p.m., Kellyman was riding a motorcycle along the roadway with a pillion passenger when the motorcycle collided with a Mercedes-Benz motorcar that was traveling in the opposite direction towards Discovery Bay. Kellyman and his passenger were taken to the hospital, where Kellyman was pronounced dead and the pillion rider admitted for treatment. The police said the driver of the motorcar did not report any injuries. 21-year-old Handover prisoner escapee back in custody. The Handover police are reporting that they have recaptured the 21-year-old man who escaped their custody on Sunday. The man, Dimitri Marks of Blenheim district in the parish, was spotted by police in the Lucy area hours after he escaped. Marks, who was charged with the offense of malicious destruction of property, has since been returned to lockup. 4 farmers charged following gun and ammo seizure. 4 farmers from Old England district in Manchester have been slapped with several charges, including possession of a prohibited weapon after a Taurus 9mm pistol was seized during an operation on Friday. According to the Manchester police, lawmen armed with a search warrant conducted a raid at a house in the community when the pistol, fitted with a magazine containing 10 9mm rounds, was found beneath articles of clothing in a room. 4 persons, 3 males and 1 female, were taken into custody in connection with the find and were subsequently charged. Along with the possession charge, the accused are also facing a charge of unauthorized use of premises to store firearms and ammunition. The individuals, 25-year-old C.J. Wilson, otherwise called the Six, 20-year-old Richard Goulding, 28-year-old Gregory Swaby, and the 54-year-old Sandra Goulding, are scheduled to appear in the Manchester Parish Court on Wednesday, July 31. Double murder rocks Craig Town. 2 men were shot dead by gunmen at a bar on Union Street in Craigtown, Kingston on Sunday. One of the dead men has been identified as 64-year-old Carlisle Lyons, otherwise called the Jungle Youth, a bar operator from the community. Up to publication time, the other man was unidentified. Police said he is known as a cow of a darker complexion, medium built, about 5 feet 9 inches long, gray beard, black and gray hair on his head, oval-shaped face, and appeared to be in his late 50s or early 60s. He was clad in a white t-shirt, orange shorts, black underpants, and a gray merino. Reports are that around 1:50 p.m., both men were at the bar when they were pounced upon by men who opened a gunfire, hitting them multiple times to the upper body. The gunmen allegedly made their escape on foot westerly along Madden Street. Lyons received multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and abdomen, while the unidentified male received gunshot wounds to the left and right side and to both arms. The unidentified male was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital by a passing motorist, while Lyons was rushed to the KPH by the police. Doctors pronounced both men dead on arrival. Piglet and Fat F among 13 wanted for questioning in Kingston West. The Kingston Western Police have listed 13 men as the persons of interest. At least one of the men is wanted. The Criminal Investigation Branch say they are investigating matters of crime within the General Admiral Town community and have identified these men as the major players. The police say they are desirous of interviewing these individuals. They are Roger Allen, OC Fat F, wanted; Ted Berry, OC Bads, OC King; Ricardo Manning, OC Rudy; Rashid Lyons, OC Guess; Roger Lewis, Piglet; Cadian Thompson, OC Ino; Sajay Lewis, Lulu; Andy Anderson, Garfield Bolt, a man known only as a Pem, a man known only as a Chris, a man known only as a Bobo, and a man known only as a Spanky. The police are asking these men to report to the Denhamtown Criminal Investigations Branch no later than midday on Tuesday, July 30, 2024. In the meantime, the police are seeking the public's assistance in locating these persons. Anyone with information as to their whereabouts is being asked to call the police emergency at 119, Crime Stop at 311, Denhamtown CIB at 876-948-6443, Senior Superintendent of Police Michael Phipps at 876-285-1964, or the nearest police station. Man killed a 4-year-old wounded in St. Andrew gun attack. The police are trying to determine a motive for Sunday night's deadly attack in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew, which left a man dead and his 4-year-old child hospitalized with bullet wounds. Another adult was wounded in the attack and is receiving treatment for bullet wounds. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Romain Finlater, a resident of Spanish Town, St. Catherine. It is reported that sometime after 7 p.m., Mr. Finlater was driving in the Lawrence Tavern area when unknown assailants fired on the vehicle. All 3 occupants, including his son, sustained bullet wounds. The news was informed that the other wounded passenger managed to drive the vehicle to Castletown Police Station in the St. Mary Police Division. The victims were rushed to hospital, where Mr. Finlater was pronounced dead. Curry not listed as a person of interest after alleged clash with forestry workers. Police have withdrawn a statement listing a compound maroon chief Richard Curry as a person of interest following the alleged barricading of 7 forestry department workers in Quickstep, St. Elizabeth over the weekend. The police had said that Curry was being asked to turn up at the St. Elizabeth Divisional Headquarters in Black River by 10 a.m. on Monday. However, head of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Communications Unit, Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, confirmed that the listing of Curry as a person of interest in the incident has been withdrawn and he is no longer required to report it to the cops. It had been alleged that 7 forestry department workers were barricaded in the cockpit country as they attempted to remove mahogany lumber from Quickstep, a neighboring community to Accompong in northern St. Elizabeth. The Forestry Department alleged that it disrupted a major illegal logging operation in the community and was impeded in conducting its lawful duties by more than 200 community members as illegal loggers. Police probing death of 3-year-old boy in Spanish Town. The Spanish Town police are probing the death of a 3-year-old boy who died after being shot while at home in Ebonyville, St. Catherine on Sunday. The licensed firearm of the child's father, who is a businessman, has been seized by the police as a part of the investigation. Dead is a 3-year-old Rajon Anthony Hines. It is reported that about 1:30 p.m., the father of the deceased returned home from church and reportedly placed his licensed Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol under a couch inside the house. The businessman reportedly went outside to dispose of garbage in a truck which had arrived when he heard a loud explosion. He rushed back inside the house, where the child was observed in his mother's hands, bleeding from a wound to the head. The child was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he succumbed to injuries received. The Spanish Town police have seized the weapon in question while the investigation continues. Haitians who landed in Portland returned to their homeland. The 35 Haitians who landed by boat on a beach at Kensington in Portland this Sunday morning were sent home less than 24 hours after arriving. The group, which comprised 29 men, 5 women and a child, landed in Kensington shortly before 5 a.m. and the police were alerted. It is understood that the Haitians who underwent a screening and were medically examined were sent back to their homeland aboard a Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard vessel Sunday afternoon, which sailed from the Boundary Brook Wharf in Port Antonio. The Haitians reportedly claimed that they were fleeing persecution, civil unrest, gang warfare, and economic hardships in their country. In February, the government refused an application for asylum for 37 Haitians who are currently being housed at a non-custodial facility in St. Mary. But in June, the government announced that it was developing a humanitarian stay option for Haitians fleeing their war-torn homeland. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.